I have a Bosch hood range that isn't working. The light works, but the fan doesn't work. I suspected it was the switch, but I wasn't sure until I tested it with a voltmeter. The first thing I did was to make sure that I actually have power coming to the unit. So I used the wand that you can pick up at any hardware store for real cheap. This just tells me that I have power coming to the unit. The first thing I did was turn off the breaker to make sure that there's no power coming to the unit so that I can fix it. The first thing I'll do in order to get to these switches is I take the screw out of here, and then inside there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 more hex screws or star screws. I take those out. I move this inside unit just out of the way so that I can get my hand up in here inside and then squeeze these together from the inside and then pull them out like this. And then the next thing I did was to label my power, these wires, based on what I see up here. So 1 off, 2. So I put 1 power, 2. On this one I put the light, then I put my power, and then this is an extra power. I'm not sure why they have that on this unit, but it was uncovered and it needs to be covered if it's not being used, so I'll have to put a cap on that. And then once I got this pulled out, what I'm going to do is take this off, and then I'm going to test the switch. To test the switch, I put it on continuity down here, the one that looks like a sound, and make sure that the device is working, make sure that the instrument's working. It works. I know that the middle one is the power, and I know that if I connect it to here and then I turn the switch to here, it should chime, but it's not chiming. I try the other one, and I push the button and nothing's working. So this switch is obviously bad. Once I have my new switch, I'll put everything back together, shove these back in, and then put the 4 bolts, 4 screws here. Put those back in, and then put my light back in and put the screw in. And that's for a Bosch hood range. I think this is an 800 model.